Gainesville, Florida. 7 days ago on this same turf, there was optimism that Florida's football rebuild could be fast-tracked, that Billy Napier and Anthony Richardson had formed a top-flight tandem capable of doling out instant gratification and bypassing growing pains. 20 Kentucky rolled into the swamp completely unimpressed. And Richardson, performing in front of 21 credentialed NFL personnel staffers, finished with more tackles than touchdowns. 12 Florida still hasn't won an SEC game since last October 9th, and Saturday night's 26-16 loss delivered a messy reminder that the drought may linger. The Utah euphoria was sweet, but in week 2 the snapback to reality came almost every time Richardson reared back his right arm. He sailed a few throws early and then skipped a pass on a late 4th down attempt. 2 of his most catchable passes were to Kentucky defenders Jordan Wright and Keidron Smith. One set up the Wildcats for a 6-yard touchdown drive, and the other Smith ran back for a 65-yard pick six. We lost, and I feel like it's completely on me. I played terrible, Richardson said during an extended post-game mea culpa. I missed a lot of different throws and my confidence got shot. It affected my receivers poorly, missing them wide open, so I know their confidence probably went down as well. I didn't help my O-line, I didn't help my running backs. Richardson took the loss hard because there's no other way to process a 14 of 35 passing night. And the dynamic quarterback who Utah couldn't tackle was limited by Kentucky to 4 yards on 6 carries. His lack of scrambling and playmaking spawned obvious questions about whether Richardson was injured. Physically, I was fine, he said. Pretty much just took what the defense gave me, you know. Tried not to force it too much. Kentucky linebacker Jordan Wright looks down at Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson after a first-half interception. Napier attributed Richardson's inability or his reluctance to run to the way they were defending us. If that's the whole story, then expect every future opposing defense to mimic Kentucky. Richardson cannot allow himself to be relegated to pocket passing. He needs to stress the defense with his mobility, and Napier must find ways to dictate that even when the box numbers aren't favorable. The Gators, 1-1, 0-1 second, turned back Utah on 2 defensive stands, and Patrick Toney's unit played even better this week by most metrics. They limited Kentucky to 272 yards, 4-4 per play, and 4 of 13 on third downs. The only offensive highlight for the Wildcats, 2-0, 1-0, was Will Levis hooking up with Dane Key for an acrobatic 55-yard touchdown catch over zip-locked coverage by Jalen Kimber. It's a ball we haven't completed a lot in practice, Levis said. Then Levis admitted another truth. The defense won this game for us tonight. Florida led 16-7 with 4:12 left in the opening half after a Kentucky punt snap originating from the 39-yard line shot all the way across the goal line. Colin Goodfellow chased down the bouncing ball and booted it out of the end zone for a safety. From that point, Florida's final 8 offensive possessions netted 5 first downs and 0 points. Don't get me wrong, I thought Kentucky defended us well. But I think in time we have to do more of what we're supposed to do, Napier said. He sounded every bit as accountable as Richardson, repeatedly talking about on-field execution being a product of coaching. Anthony can do things better, and that starts with me, Napier said. Part of coaching is putting your players in position where they can have success. We can coach better, and we can play better until those two ambitions align. The Gators are no better than a middle-of-the-division team. That humbling realization had to be swallowed as Kentucky players danced in front of the visitors' band and chants of Go Big Blue owned the stadium. The series has U-turned, with 3 out of the last 5 being won by the Cats. Stoops is now revered at Kentucky, but remember he had to withstand 3 losing seasons before progress surfaced.